Was good? It's Jimmypocketts. We are back in the home game streets today. Always nice not having to make that 1 hour drive to the casino. If you're in the Jersey, New York area and you want to play in the next game, let me know. We'll get you a seat. This game is action packed. You will not be disappointed. It's a 1-2 game with 1,000 max, but it plays big. We sit down with 400 today. We just set my biggest pot record a few vlogs ago, and we break it again today already. New biggest pot coming up in this video. Spoiler alert, we take it down. It happens about 4 hands in. Let's get into hand number 1. Literally, my first hand, I just sat down and get dealt ace-king offsuit. I raised a 15 in the hijack, the cutoff calls, and then the small blind 3 bets to 75. I see he's got about 700 in his stack. I don't know this player. It's my first hand, so I just call. But I could definitely be putting in a 4 bet here. We go to a flop heads up of 2, 3, 6 with 2 spades. It checks through on the flop. The turn is the 4 diamonds. I check again, and he bets out for 50. I call. We got 2 overs and a straight draw. We have some outs. I'm pretty sure he has a low overpair like pocket 9s or 10s. The river is the 8 of clubs. We miss. I check. He bets out 100. I fold, and he shows pocket jacks. So my overpair assumption was correct. I look down at king jack of diamonds. Panda opens the 10 in the low jack. I 3-bet the 35 in the hijack. It folds around to him, and he 4-bets me to 135. I mean, I have to fold here. I fold, and he flashes me pocket aces. I've only been here 15 minutes now and got 3-bet and 4-bet the first 2 hands I played, running in the high pocket pairs. I add on for 100. Let's turn this around. We get dealt ace-3 of diamonds. Under the gun limps, and I make it 15 under the gun plus 1. The limper calls, we're heads up, and the flop comes 10-6-3 rainbow. He donk leads out to me for 20. Puzzles me a little bit, but we got bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw, so I call. The turn is a 6 of diamonds. We pick up the flush draw, and he bets out 30. He's only got about 60 behind, so I jam, and he calls. Can we hit the flush? The river is a 4 diamonds. We hit it. I show the ace-high flush, and we take it down. He exposes a 6 for trips. His name is Jimmy 2. A little Jimmy on Jimmy violence just occurred. Next, we get dealt pocket 3s. I raise a 15 from under the gun plus 2. The cutoff 3 bets me to 40. I call, and the hijack calls. This is definitely a fold versus a tighter player at the casino, but this is a home game that plays very loose. There's lots of action. That's why I called. We're 3 ways. The flop comes 3, 7, 10 with 2 hearts. We have a set. We both check it over to the pre-flop aggressor, and he bets out 65. I see the hijack immediately start cutting out 65, like he's gonna call before I even act. I was gonna slow play it and just call, but seeing that makes me put in a 3-bet to 190 because I'd rather be heads up than 3 ways. If one of them has a flush draw, I don't want them to see the turn for cheap. The hijack folds, saying I saved him 65. Daniel in the cutoff calls out my hand saying, I think you have a set before folding. He was correct. We take it down. I didn't show it though. I don't want him to know that he was correct. Here we go, the biggest pot of my life. We look down at ace-jack offsuit and the low jack. 1 limp, and then undergun plus 1 makes it 8. Undergun plus 2 calls, and I 3-bet him to 25. The hijack calls, and then Panda in the small blind 4-bets me to 125. The initial raiser undergun plus 1, Jimmy, calls. Now it's on me. This is the 4th time Panda's 4-bet me tonight. The first time he did it, he had pocket aces. The second I didn't see, and then the 3rd time, he had king jack suited. So I know his 4-betting range is not that tight, and he's 4-betting often. I'm thinking ace-jack should be good enough to call given his frequent 4-betting, and I have to take a stand at some point, or else he's just going to bully me out of pots all night, keep 4-betting me, and I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not really worried about undergun plus 1 Jimmy. If he was strong, he would have 5-bet jammed. I call 2. We go to flop 3 ways of 2, ace, 3 with 2 hearts. They both check it to me, so I'm thinking my ace is good. I bet out 150. Panda calls, and then Jimmy jams over the top for 145 more. What's going on here? I mean, I'm pot committed. I don't bet out majority of my stack to fold when I hit top pair. I jam for a little more, like $20 more than he did. Now Panda looks like he's in a tough spot. He says he thinks he's behind but calls anyways. I asked Panda if he's got a flush draw and he said he has pocket kings. I'm nervous, man. This is by far the biggest pot I ever played. I'm silently in my head asking for my one time. Let me see a clean river, one time. No hearts, no kings, just clean. The turn is a 5 of spades, and the river is a 10 of clubs. We hold versus Panda, pocket kings, and Jimmy exposes pocket sixes. We take it down, the biggest pot of my life. The action here is insane. I'm still shocked I got called there by pocket kings and pocket sixes in a 4-bet pot with an ace on the flop. About 5 minutes later, we decide to play one hand of pineapple. I look down at queen, 8 in the big blind. Quickly, the rules of pineapples are you get 3 cards, and then on the flop, you discard 1 card face down. It plays like a regular hold'em hand after that. The straddle is on, 1 limp, and then Panda opens to 25 in the low jack. The hijack calls, it folds to me, and I 3-bet to 75. And then Panda jams all in for 325. It folds back to me, and I'm very unsure what to do here. I mean, I don't really play pineapple like that. I decide people giving me action, I'm gonna give action back. I call his jam. He's not stupid. He knows I just called knowing I was behind, and he thanks me for giving him action back. We head to the flop of 3-7-3 heads up with 2 hearts. Now we gotta discard 1 card. This is difficult. We got an overpair and a flush draw, but we can't keep them both. I'm thinking he's probably got pocket aces or kings over there, so I let the queen of spades go, hoping to see a heart on this runout. The runout comes 3 of spades, 10 of clubs. We run good, but not that good. We give a little bit back here when we didn't have to, but I know Panda will give me plenty of action in the future, so it's all good. We get dealt jack 9 of hearts middle position. Undergun 2 makes it 8. I call, the button, and the big blind call. We're 4 ways, and the flop comes king, queen, 7 with 2 clubs. Undergun plus 2, C-bets are 15. I call, and the button calls. 3 ways now. The turn is the 10 of spades. We hit the straight. Undergun plus 2 bets again, same bet for 15. I just call. I don't want to scare him off his hand, but the button has other ideas. He 3-bets to 75, scaring Undergun plus 2. He folds. I call, of course. Heads up now. The river is the 2 of spades. I jam him all in for his last 120, and he snap calls. I show the straight, and he shows jack 9 offsuit. For the same straight, we chop it up. I'm on the button with king, queen offsuit and raise a 15 over 3 limps. The small blind, big blind, middle position, hijack, and cutoff call. Little family pot. We go to flop 6 ways of 7, king, 2, rainbow. We hit top 2. It checks to me. I see a bet out for 25 and only the cutoff calls. Heads up now, the turn is the 8 of hearts. He checks it to me and I bet out for 50. He calls again and the river is the 10 of hearts. I'm fearful of the straight, so we go check on the river. He's reluctant to show, so I announce 2 pair. Wait a couple seconds. He doesn't say anything, so I flip it over. He looks at it, nods his head like, you got it, you know, the good hand nod people give. He waits about another 10 seconds more, and then boom, he flips over Broadway for the nuts. I'm shocked. Did this guy really just slow roll me like that? I don't even know him. Another player at the table told me, yeah, that felt kind of weird, bro. I let it slide. I mean, I don't think he spoke English all that well. Maybe he didn't really understand what I said, or that he had the nuts, I don't know. Either way, I'm happy for the action. He called me all the way down with nothing, looking for a miracle card on the river. He shouldn't even been in that pot after the turn bet, but people are going to suck out on you on the river every now and then. Not gonna lie, I was a little tilted after that. It wasn't even a big pot, but I was thinking about it for like the next 10 minutes, trying to make a sense of what just happened, but I can't. What's better than one lady? 2 of them, to cheer my mood up. We look down at pocket queens and make it 15 in middle position. The big blind calls and the under the gun calls. We're three ways and the flop comes 9, 2, jack with 2 diamonds. Under the gun donk leads into me for 20. I 3-bet him to 75. The big blind folds and under the gun calls. Heads up now, the turn is the jack of spades. He checks, I check back because I did not want to see the board pair. The river is a 6 of clubs. He checks, I bet out 100. He calls, I show the queens, we're good, we take it down. Last hand of the night, it's like 4 in the morning. I'm getting tired. We get dealt 10-9 of spades in middle position and make it 15 over 1 limp. The small blind, under the gun 1 and under the gun 2 call. We're 4 ways. The flop comes 6, 3, 4 with 2 hearts. The flop checks through. I don't think it's a good spot to bluff in the 3 opponents here. The turn is the 8 of clubs. Under the gun plus 1 now bets out for 20. I called thinking if I hit a straight on the river, I could probably stack him. We're heads up now. The river is a 9 of diamonds. We hit top pair. He bets out for 20. I call, show the 9. We're good. We take it down. He exposes an 8. We were in for 500, out for 1050. That's a profit of 550 in about 6.5 hours of play. We were up about 900 at the high point, so we gave a little bit back, but still booked a solid win. I leave for Vegas in 4 days. I know the WSLP is going on, but I don't want to waste a whole day of my vacation grinding a tournament, so I'll probably just play cash out there. I'm not really good at tournaments anyway. I'm more of a cash player. That's it for today, though. I'll see you guys on the next one.